The month of June began with a disaster. With the near destruction of one of the young chestnut trees in the west garden, after cleaning up the mess, I decided to go visit the Miracle Sisters chestnut tree to see how she's doing at the beginning of reproduction season. And as you can see, it was not disappointing. She is just loaded with catkins. I've never seen her with so many catkins. But I also saw something else that I've never seen. She has the blight. Here we can see on this large new branch that there's a lot of dead parts of the branch. The bottom half, as it seems from this angle, is all dead with the blight. And here we can see a comparison on the very same branch of how the healthy growth looks on the left and how the blighted growth looks on the right. Following the branch back a little bit, we can see that there's a fork. And obviously here we can see that at that point where the fork is, there's a lot of beautiful, thick, lush growth. But when we look further to the left, we can see that there is actually another blighted branch on the what seemed to be healthier side. This entire branch has the blight. It's apparent that the blight entered the tree at the end of that extended branch and has been spreading down that branch toward the main stem of the tree. And it doesn't seem to have hit the main stem yet, but it's only a matter of time. This is actually the lowest main branch on the tree, and so I have thought about the possibility of somehow getting up there to cut this branch off, because the tree is otherwise healthy, without any blight evident anywhere else. It's just such a long way up, or as we look here, a long way down, which might be a bit of a problem if I'm up there and suddenly take a tumble. Looking far above at the absolute limit that my longest lens can reach, we can see that there are catkins here being backlit by that cloud way overhead. So the tree is very healthy far above. There's no blight here yet. If there are any viewers in the Long Point region who have a drone with a chainsaw attachment, you are more than welcome to come here and help get rid of this diseased branch before it spreads to the rest of the tree, because I'd rather not have to climb up there with my chainsaw. This is a day that was inevitable, for every chestnut tree has to contend with the blight. It's a planet-wide problem. And it doesn't just affect the American chestnut. Even Chinese chestnuts succumb to the blight. Now we will see how she copes with the blight. Hopefully she will be able to fight it off even longer than her mother did. Her mother fought it off for over a decade, and more than that, we've already seen that she's loaded with catkins this year, so hopefully we will see the biggest crop of chestnuts yet. And don't forget that last year was the very first time that she produced so many nuts that the squirrels couldn't keep track of them all, and we saw 4 new chestnut trees come up in the forest that I did not plant. But wait, I have some good news for you. Far from the Miracle Sisters chestnut tree, here at the Warhol chestnut with its beautiful chain helping to straighten it up, we see this year's lush, beautiful green growth. And we can see that this tree is really, really recovering now, thanks to me opening up the canopy around so that more sunlight can get to it and it can respond. We need to look closer at the very top of the tree. Here we are. We can see that the leaves are a little tattered from insect damage. But look closely. What is that near the top? Are those the tattered remains of completely stripped leaves? Or are they catkins? Yes, they are. The Warhol chestnut is now producing catkins. My heart skipped a beat when I saw this. I've been working for years to have this finally happen. Isn't it interesting? On the same day that I discovered the blight on the Miracle Sisters chestnut tree, I also discovered the very first catkins on the Warhol chestnut. This is how the American chestnut will win eventually against the blight. As the parent succumbs, the child takes over the fight.